With a thunderous uppercut in the 6th round, Tyson Fury knocked out Dillian Whyte to retain the WBC and lineal heavyweight titles, proving yet again that he's the one and only man to beat in the division. So what better time for the Gypsy King to retire?
Spent a lot of time on the road. I've been away a long time. I've fulfilled everything I've ever wanted to fulfill. I'm going to retire as the only second heavyweight in history after Rocky Marciano to retire undefeated. 2-time Ring Magazine heavyweight champion of the world. There's never been a Ring Magazine holder in my era, not one of them. And there hasn't been a lineal in my era either, because all roads led to the Gypsy King, and I was unbeatable at this game.
When the verbal bouts before the bout finally started, after Whyte no-showed weeks of pre-promotion, Fury was unbeatable there too. The crowd was 100% on the side of the Gypsy King.
You know what? You guys are unbelievable! Come on, UK!
While Whyte had to contend with a less than enthusiastic welcome.
Here is the heavy-handed WBC #1 ranked contender, introducing the body snatcher, Dillian Whyte.
It means everything. It's massive, you know. This is a moment we're waiting for. Obviously, and it's a big fight. Like Tyson said, me and him, you know, we weren't expect to be here. Me especially, anyway. Obviously, I'm here. You know, I've taken risks time and time again. Obviously, a couple slip up along the way, but I'm here and I'm ready to go.
The bout had everything. Countrymen going to war, 2 warriors with knockout power, and a friendship turned sour. Or at least that last one was what everyone else wanted. Fury and Whyte seemed to get along just fine.
It's not about, oh, I beat him up in a spar or he beat me up in a spar. We was there working together, and we were good friends together. We went out for a drink. We ate together. We slept together. He was part of our team.
No, bro.
Oh,
bro,
shit,
we didn't sleep together,
I'm
bro.
sorry, man.
No, we didn't sleep together, bro. We slept in a similar surrounding, but not together, bro. Relax.
After spending over 1,000 days as the #1 contender, Whyte knew he was the underdog, and that the inimitable Fury was unlike anyone he'd ever faced before.
It's a different challenge, you know, like it's a challenge. I must be in my A game, I'm off to work, but, you know, we've worked hard in the gym, you know, and I believe in myself, and, listen, I'm willing to do whatever it takes, man, you know. I'm that kind of fighter where whatever I gotta do, I will do.
Whyte's tactic was simple: get inside, swing big, and play dirty. It was possibly the shorter man's only option, but it didn't work. Fury peppered him with jabs to set up thundering hooks from both hands. Whyte was fading when Fury saw the opening, and he ended it with one punch.
He didn't fight a world champion tonight. I ain't no world champion. I'm a legend in this game. And you can't deny it. I'm the best heavyweight's ever been. There ain't never been one who could beat me. Because you know why? I'm not just being like confident. 6'9" frame, 270-pound weight, can move like a middleweight, can hit like a thunderstorm, and can take a punch like anybody else.
Fury is now the first man to have held all 4 heavyweight titles, but not simultaneously. To do that, he has to beat the winner of Anthony Joshua versus Alexander Usyk for Usyk's other 3 belts. However, Fury was instead joined in the ring by the UFC heavyweight champion Francis Ngannou, because Fury would rather retire and face Ngannou in a modified exhibition bout.
You know, I want to have fun. You know, I'm an entertainer. You saw tonight, I entertain. It's what I do best. I'm an entertainer. So I want to have a lot of fun. You know, big Francis Ngannou was here today. He's on my hit list in an exhibition fight, however he wants it, in a cage, in the boxing ring, boxing gloves, UFC gloves. We can make it happen.
A bout between Fury and Ngannou would be a guaranteed huge moneymaker. But Fury also has plans for making a return to professional wrestling and the WWE, especially if they're headed to England.
You might see me at SummerSlam, coming up soon. I got to speak to Vince and the boys, maybe make this happen. I know there's Drew McIntyre's been saying a lot of things about me. I have to knock him out, like I did his pal. You know, I'd love to be at Cardiff. I'd love to be back in the centre stage in the UK, especially for the wrestling.
For now, though, the big man insists he's hanging up the gloves again. For how long? Time will tell. But it's hard to argue with Fury's reasoning for walking away from the sport on top.
Very proud of. I've won 2 English titles, 2 British titles, 2 Commonwealth titles, the Irish title, the European title, WBO Intercontinental, WBO International, WBO Super, WBA Super, IBF, IBO, Ring Magazine, Lineal, WBC, WBC Mayan, WBC Global. I've won every belt there is to win. There isn't nothing more I can do. I've won every belt in the game. If this was a computer game, it would definitely be completed, for sure.
Staying with the heavyweights, the WBO's #1 contender Joyce has reportedly signed on for his toughest opponent yet. The Olympic silver medalists will take on the former champ Joseph Parker, with the winner likely to be named as the WBO's mandatory challenger. That bout looks set to go down in July, and that's perfect. The WBO champ Alexander Usyk is likely to defend that belt along with the WBA and IBF belts against the former 2-time champ Anthony Joshua sometime around then, so long as Russia can leave Ukraine alone and Tyson Fury stays retired. And there's a bevy of retired boxers making headlines this week, starting with Mike Tyson. As was seen from footage on a flight, the former heavyweight champ punched the stuffing out of a drunk and belligerent moron. Police said both men were apprehended and later released, with one treated for non-life-threatening injuries. No guesses for which one. The former 2-weight world champ Ricky Hatton has announced he'll be lacing up the gloves at the age of 43 to face the 48-year-old former champ Marco Antonio Barrera. And Oscar De La Hoya is in hot water again, this time being accused of sexual assault. A woman who was a former employee of the Golden Boy and his tequila brand, Casa Mexico, has filed a lawsuit saying that De La Hoya sexually harassed and assaulted her on multiple occasions. The woman making the accusations claims that she told Casa Mexico executives of De La Hoya's actions, but they did nothing to discipline him, and that she feared retribution from the company if she spoke out. In championship results, Masataka Taniguchi took out Kai Ishizawa in their rematch for his WBO strawweight title. And Paul Butler is the WBO interim bantamweight champ after beating Jonas Sultan, because the full champ, John Real Casimero, was barred from fighting due to weight-cutting shenanigans.
Thanks for watching. And remember, if you want more fight sports in your life, just hit the subscribe button.